We want to welcome all of you for this special program on behalf of Jewish Federation of Broward County. My name is Rosita Beer, and I'm the chair of Women Philanthropy. Women Philanthropy, in partnership with the Women Executive Circle and the Jewish Women Foundation, is thrilled to present the launch of the Dignity Project. This is an initiative that was started by the Jewish Federation of Great Hartford, and my other communities are adopting it. We are thrilled to be bringing it to Broward. We are joined by over 100 people on this Zoom. A special thank you to Bob Schneider, Federation Board Chair, for joining us today. We are honored to have you. I would like to call on Olgi Lowen, Women Philanthropy, Hands-on Philanthropy Chair, to introduce this powerful initiative.
Thank you, Rosita. Hello, everyone. I'm Olgi Lowell. I love being involved in Federation, and I'm thrilled to help launch this project. When Andie and Rosita approached me to lead it, I immediately felt that this was something so meaningful to all of us as women, regardless of race, religion, socioeconomic status, and background, and we can all relate to it. The Dignity Project puts us in a position to help out many other women while at the same time destigmatizing some of the issues that to this day women encounter with hygiene products in general. We each vividly remember the first time we got our periods, or that one time we did not have what we needed, a pad or a tampon. These products gave us freedom, the ability to participate in different activities, and to be carefree. My first period came when I was 15 years old, and I was the last one in my class to go through it. I remember laying in a hammock in my parents' family home in a bathing suit because this was a warm weather area. It was a big deal for everyone and embarrassing that my whole family was there to congratulate me and welcome me into womanhood. But I was lucky to have my mother and my grandmother by my side, ready with the hygiene products needed, with Midol for any cramps I felt, with a warm bag for any discomfort, and probably too much fuzzing and too much advice. Perhaps this history brings a memory to mind. We've all been there, and we all have personal stories about our periods. But did you ever imagine not having the resources to purchase the needed supplies? And think about how often you need them, every month, for several days, over many years, and it all adds up. It may be hard to believe, but there are women in this world who do not have access or simply cannot afford pads or tampons. For these women, it is not about whether or not they were embarrassed in front of their friends or family or could not go swimming during their vacation. Access to period products is about freedom. These women have to make decisions relating to their education, employment, social connections, and their health. Major barriers arise and difficult decisions have to be made. Today, we will explore these barriers. You will be hearing from the women in our community on different aspects of this issue. The lack of access to period products due to economic factors is often referred to as period poverty, and it impacts girls and women around the world. When you registered for this event, you were sent a link to watch the Netflix documentary entitled Period, End of Sentence. I hope you had a chance to watch it. In the film, you see that women have to drop out of school, miss work, they become slaves to their period. They use unsanitary methods to stay clean during their periods, and the health risks are enormous. It is a vicious cycle of poverty and disempowerment for women. This concept may be foreign to us, but it is their normal. The oppression of menstruating women has mainly been highlighted internationally in places such as India and sub-Saharan Africa. But the truth is, it is also happening right here at home in the United States of America. Let's take a look at how women in the US are struggling with this issue today.
I think the hardest thing about being on the streets is probably being a female. If you're a woman, you like your face clean. You know, you like feeling good, smelling good. Yeah, period times are not good times for us. Hi, how are you? It is very difficult to have your period and very uncomfortable. Every day I wake up and I do my daily routine because nobody wants to smell, you know? And that's kind of a big deal out here. I've been doing this for so long. I'm 27 years old. This will be my 8th winter out here straight. We had a pretty rough childhood growing up. My mom was a victim of domestic violence, and so she put us through a lot. I went into the system. She got custody of me again, and basically she was like, you know what? I don't want you in the system anymore, but you can't be here. I hadn't lived at home since I was, 10 years old, and I took care of myself. There was no keeping me home anyway, whether if she wanted to or not. There's so many kids that it's like, they fall through the cracks, I guess. And that's kind of what happened with me. If you got cramps, good luck, I don't know. Maybe get a water bottle and some hot water from Starbucks or something, you can do that. Maybe steal some Motrin.
It's a little stressful, it pops up, you're running around trying to get what you need.
Every month, they are placed in a crisis situation. You shouldn't have to decide between a pad and having lunch.
A big box of tampons probably runs around $10, so that could be half of what we make during the day.
I'll just go get the tampons that I need. And that'll leave me with nothing, because then I can't eat. Tampons and pads are so expensive here. I mean, like, the cheapest box of tampons in this Walgreens right here is like a little over $7. It's more money than me and my boyfriend spend on a meal together. I would rather be clean than, be full.
This is not a poor issue. This is not just about getting products to those who need them, which is obviously a priority. This is really about bringing dignity to women.
I tend to flock to places like this, which is like public parks, where they have public bathrooms. I come here to Thompson Square Park, and I do my cleanup in the sink. I get a big cup, like the big McDonald cup, and I fill it up with water. I'll straddle it this way. You're able to, pour water and use the soap and basically wash over the toilet and get a really good cleansing at the same time. That's the best way to actually get, your feminine hygiene accomplished. There's little tricks that I've picked up along the way.
If it's only a few minutes, like a couple of minutes, I've always just used like paper towels or toilet paper or something like that.
It was like a napkin from a restaurant, those like big white napkins.
I've used toilet paper and plastic bags. I've used towels.
Cotton balls work, makeup pads.
I've used socks.
I had to ball up the sock and put it there.
I had an old tank top that was bleached and I stripped it.
I had to go and rinse it out, squeeze it out, dry it, put it back. Like 4 times that day.
Sometimes if we didn't get things right away, we would just sit still, just sit still until we came up with something.
And I've learned how to make my own tampons out of pads. So you take the pad. I try to use tampons as much as I can, but tampons are expensive.
And of course, ladies, you want to wash your hands first.
People tend to, when they do give care packages, it's usually pads. And then you tie them like this. But usually they're a little longer, and then you can tie a knot here, and then you can still have like the string. Basically, that's it.
It produces infections, especially in some cases when women are wearing tampons for longer than they should, toxic shock syndrome. It is a health issue. Unfortunately, there really wasn't a clear policy on where women can access the products. There's different levels of homelessness. There's women in shelters, there's women in subways, there's women, sleeping in parks.
I used to be in a shelter, but I haven't been in one in a while because I don't drink and I don't do drugs anymore. And that's where most of the kind of crowd is, in a shelter.
I feel safer out on the streets than I would in a shelter. won't do it, I can't do it. I choose to be out here on the streets.
So why we needed to legislate this, as opposed to just changing a policy here or there, is that it is now the law of the land.
You want to feel clean like everybody else, you know what I mean?
I like being out here, but everybody has a story. See, you don't really know people, and everybody has a reason for the things that they do. They do, you know? So that's kind of my story. So, yeah.
Wow, that video was very eye-opening. My name is Liz Samrick. I happen to be a social worker, and I'm going to share some statistics with you about poverty in America, in Florida, and in Broward County. Did you know that women are disproportionately affected by poverty in America? 1 in 8 women lived in poverty in the United States in 2017. Currently, the official poverty level for a family of 4 is just over $25,000 a year. And as we all know, the cost of living in Broward is quite high. Various institutions calculate what is called a survival budget. And the survival budget for a family of 4 in Broward County ranges from $75,000 a year to $86,000 a year. This is the income necessary to sustain a family's basic needs without government assistance, and it includes costs for health insurance, medical expenses, and 1 child in daycare full-time. However, the median income for a family of 4 in Broward County is $57,000. This tells us that there is a large gap, and many families in Broward lack the financial resources to provide for all of their basic needs. In regards to homelessness, the Department of Housing and Urban Development found that Fort Lauderdale and Broward County had among the highest rates of homelessness in the country when compared to other similar metropolitan areas. 31% of the homeless in Broward County are women. And according to data from 2017, there were approximately 500,000 women in Broward County of menstrual age. This amounts to over 1/4 of the population. If we break this number down, according to the income statistics I just discussed, it is estimated that about 250,000 women in Broward County cannot afford to buy feminine hygiene products. I think I speak for all of us when I say this is unacceptable. It is a matter of dignity and one that is unique to women. I'll now pass it along to Rika Leibowich to discuss government assistance programs.
Thank you, Liz. Well, those are really staggering statistics. Hello, my name is Rika Leibowich. Before we begin, please look to your screen and answer the following question. Which of these products can you purchase with food stamps? Well, it may seem crazy. Most of you got it right. It may seem crazy, but women are able to purchase soda with food stamps, but not basic fine feminine hygiene products. Most American programs designed to help low-income families, and including Medicaid and food stamps, exclude menstrual products, even though the FDA considers them medical products. Pads and tampons are classified alongside luxuries, like pet food, cigarettes, and alcohol. That is certainly something to process. And now I will pass it along to Tammy Fain to discuss the tampon tax.
Thank you, Rika. My name is Tammy Fain. What is the tampon tax? The tampon tax is a term used to call attention to feminine hygiene products being subject to value-added tax or sales tax, unlike the tax exemption status granted to other products considered basic necessities. Take a look at the map on your screen. You'll notice 11 states have dropped the tampon tax, and I'm happy to say Florida is one of them. We're ahead of the game on that front. And now I'll pass it along to Laura Gordon to share more about girls in schools.
Thank you, Tammy. I'm Laura Gordon. You might be wondering how this affects girls in schools in the U.S. A recent Always Confidence and Puberty survey revealed that nearly 1 in 5 American girls have either left school early or missed school entirely because they didn't have access to period products. Pause for a few seconds and imagine what that would do for your confidence level. It's crazy to think that what we saw in the film Period, End of Sentence is happening in our own backyards. I'll now pass it along to Karina to discuss the health risks.
Thank you, Laura. I am Karina Waldman. I'm a retired gynecologist. So what are the health risks? The inability to manage menstruation with safety, dignity, and comfort may negatively impact the physical and mental health of those who menstruate around the world. As we heard in the video, higher rates of infection can be seen, such as toxic shock syndrome, genital skin infections, and other conditions that require medical intervention. COVID-19 highlights the vulnerable amongst us, locally and across the globe. An estimated 1.8 billion girls, women, and gender non-binary persons menstruate, and this has not stopped because of the pandemic. They still require menstrual materials, safe access to toilets, soap, water, and private spaces in the face of lockdown living conditions that have eliminated all privacy for many, many populations. A recent report estimates that over 500 million women worldwide do not have what they need to manage their menstruation. Many women have to decide between buying food for themselves or getting period products. Imagine having to decide whether you should buy diapers for your children or buying pads for yourself. And now back to Olgie.
Thank you, Karina, for sharing with us all those health risks. It's hard to believe, but the issues that happen in general in the general community happen in the Jewish community as well. Based on the 2016 Federation Demographic Study of the Jewish community, there are 172,000 people living in 72,000 Jewish households in Broward County. Did you know that 17% of Jewish households in Broward County make less than $25,000 per year? 2,300 households live below the federal poverty line, which is approximately $25,000 for a family of 4. 15% have incomes from $25,000 to $49,999. Jewish Federation Broward County is uniquely positioned to respond to the needs of the Jewish community and beyond, here in Broward, in Israel, and around the world. The mission of our Jewish Federation is to enrich Jewish lives everywhere. We leverage human and financial resources to maximize the impact and make sure that the needs of the most vulnerable are taken care of. Kolot, a program run by one of our partner agencies, Goodman Jewish Family Services of Broward, assists victims of domestic violence and helps a number of Jewish women who may be in dire situations leading to poverty and homelessness. They are Jewish women and girls in need in our own backyard. They too have to make difficult decisions regarding feeding their families and fulfilling basic sanitary menstrual needs. Aside from our circumstances, they are Jewish women just like us. And now I will pass it along to immediate past Federation Board Chair Debbie Gober to share more about what the Dignity Project is about.
Thank you, Olgie, and to all the women who have shared such impactful and eye-opening statistics. It is evident that we must stand together and do more. So, what is the Dignity Project? We are starting this conversation to raise awareness of the great difficulties that many women face with the lack of access to pads and tampons. This impacts their development of women in education as well as work. It has consequences of inequalities and missed opportunities compared to men in this society. That is why we, the women of the Jewish Federation of Broward County, are taking it upon ourselves to launch this dignity project locally. Starting right after this Zoom, we will begin a major collection of feminine hygiene products throughout Broward County. These items will then be donated to the following community food banks: the Goodman Jewish Family Services, Dorit and Ben J. Cupboard, the We Care Soref JCC Food Pantry, and Craig's Pantry. Just over 850 households are accessing food through one of these food banks and through other programs we are supporting to address the COVID-19 situation. Funding is strictly used to purchase food, so feminine hygiene items seldom make it to the shelves. We will also be donating products to the Hebrew Academy Community School in Margate. More than 70% of the families enrolled there qualify for free and reduced lunch. An average of 300 children are being served breakfast and lunches daily, including through these COVID-19 pandemic and summer break times. There are about 80 girls in their middle school that will greatly benefit from these hygiene products and your help. And now, I'd like to pass it along to Lauren Alperstein, Chair of the Jewish Community Relations Council.
Thank you, Debbie. My name is Lauren Alperstein, and I'm a lawyer and a member on the Commission on the Status of Women for Broward County. And I'm so happy to share that in addition to helping our incredible partner agencies, thanks to the Jewish Community Relations Council of the Jewish Federation of Broward County, we will also be donating the products to PACE Center for Girls. PACE provides a diverse group of girls and young women an opportunity for a better future through education, counseling, training, and advocacy. Jennifer Weiss-Wolf, co-founder of the Period Equity NGO, said, "Menstruation is the great equalizer, and anyone who has ever had a period knows what it feels like to face a menstrual emergency." According to Jennifer, in order to have a fully equitable society, we must have laws and policies that take into account the reality that half the population menstruates. Menstrual products should be tax exempt. They should be affordable and available for all, safe for our bodies and the planet. Periods should not hold anyone back, period. Our federation agrees more than ever that it's greatly important for us to build bridges and help all those in need. And now I welcome Rosita back to the screen with some final remarks.
Thank you, Lauren. And thank you all of the hardworking women who made this launch event possible. It truly takes a community to come together to make a difference. And we are thrilled to be doing this as a partnership between Women Philanthropy, the Women Executive Circle, and the Jewish Women Foundation. Take a look at the screen to see the information on what we are collecting and where you can donate. We thank our awesome rep for making themselves available for contactless drop-off. We also have an Amazon Smile wishlist. Please spread the word and ask friends in the network to donate products between now and July 31st. The initiative will continue through the year, and we will expand to other organizations. We welcome your ideas and suggestions. The Jewish Federation of Broward County is here to enrich Jewish life everywhere and take care of those needs of the most vulnerable. Together, let's enhance the great work of our Federation supporting agents. Let's give voice to this important issue that affects all of us and play a role in ending period poverty. Let's bring dignity to all. Thank you. Have a great day.